Hey, Fasten Master team. Thanks for taking the time to tune in. This is Gavin Pedroti for this week's podcast, and I'm joined by John McMahon. John, how you doing today?
Great, Gavin. How are you?
Doing well, thank you. John, thanks for taking the time to record this. We all know you're really busy, and I'm sure the team appreciates it, so thank you very much.
My pleasure.
John, as we record this, the Get One program is going strong. We're a week and a half in. Right now we have 11 total wins, and the wins consist of either LTS orders or Fusion Lock Pro conversions. So, team, keep up the good work, but also don't forget that Top Lock, collated deck, and collated trim are also part of this Get One push. So let's go after all products. John, the goal of today's podcast is to give this team some insight on really how to leverage a pro conversion into a dealer opening order. Guys are out there pushing every single day, but what type of advice would you give them or some insight on how to leverage that pro conversion into a dealer order?
I think it's a great topic, and one that I appreciate you guys asking me to comment on. I think the reality is that you can kind of put the scenarios into two buckets. One would be, have you done the prep so that the store actually, is aware of this product, has kind of given you the green light to talk to their pros about the product, and is ready to consider bringing that product in if there's enough demand out there. So we all know that that's a pretty common scenario where the buyer or power at a store likes the demonstration, likes your product, but isn't confident enough to bring it in until there's some level of buy-in from the marketplace. So that happens sometimes. So that would be one bucket. And the other one is, okay, this is a total out of left field. Bring in a pro. One of the store's pros wants to buy the product, but power doesn't even know what the product is. So scenario number one, I would just say if you've done a good job educating the store manager, owner, buyer, then they're ready for the conversation. And I think it's really important to make sure that you're prepared. You don't take it for granted. You don't think it's a slam dunk, but you walk in totally buttoned up with the scenario. Who bought it? Why did they say yes? You're ready to explain that I guess benefit that they saw. And then you make it easy on them to buy. So you're prepared with the buying tools, whether it's an opening order sheet, sell sheet with the SKUs, UPCs, that type of thing. You've connected with the wholesaler already, so you know what obstacles might be in the way in terms of pricing, product availability at the wholesale, minimum order quantities, that type of thing. So I think we would all agree that that's a pretty, kind of a textbook scenario there. But I think one thing that I really want to make sure that we're reinforcing is that you're telling them about how that activity of you bringing a pro into their store, generating that type of demand, connecting with the store, educating the store's employees, telling them why is huge. So, you want to make sure you're reinforcing the Fasten Master brand value and how that activity right there connects so well with it. The other scenario is, maybe there's a pro that goes to our, sees a video and shows some interest and they want to buy it. And, you got to be aware that there's a couple things. Number one, you're bringing a great value, or we as an organization are bringing a great value to the lumberyard by generating demand and walking a pro into the store and saying, hey, yes, you can buy it from XYZ Lumber, but we need to make sure that they're on board first. So you're walking into a store, don't take it for granted that they're automatically going to be signing a PO. You want to make sure that you're respectful to their process and that you are aligned with what their process might be. So if they're unaware of this product completely, you have to walk in and say, hey, listen, I've got a pro contractor that saw this video. They really like it. I understand that you might not know much about it, so I'd like to talk to you about it and see how we might be able to support your contractor by bringing some inventory in. But first, I think it's really important that you understand what this product is all about. And, that's an important one. You don't want to, skip steps in that buyer or the store owner or whatnot, what their buying process might be. You want to make sure you're walking through it with them. You're respectful of their concerns. They might stock competition. They might have a company edict telling them don't bring in any new products unless you go through some type of group council where you have to present every other Tuesday. There's different levels of red tape that you have to go through at times. If you're respectful of that, acknowledge it, and walk through the process with them. And I think you'll have a much higher level of success if you do that. And again, always remember to reinforce the value of FastenMaster and how we are pro-driven. We bring demand to the lumberyard, and we support our activities to help them move product off their shelves. And I think if you do that, you get long-term relationships. You're going to have a much higher level of success than just walking in there and telling them how great you are and how you just sold one of their pros and how they absolutely have to bring this into inventory to support that pro. I think that would be short-sighted and a potential recipe for disaster. So I think in general, team does a really good job here, but I do think it's a great topic to reinforce, and appreciate the time. Great program here, Gavin, and team, and I think everyone's doing such a good job. Numbers are looking great, so really excited about how we're going to finish up here in 2018.
Thanks a lot, John. It's a lot of good information on an important topic. I thought you laid it out really, really well, and I think that'll really help the team out. So again, thanks for your time. Team, nice job out there. Keep up the good work. Feel free to use Chatter. If you have any questions, email us, call us, whatever we can do to help you out. But really nice job, and let's go get one.
All right. Take care.